have spent years suffering from neck or back pain and non-surgical treatments just aren't working for you, you could be a good candidate for cervical disc replacement. Here to tell us more about it is Dr. Steve Chang. He is a neurosurgeon at Dignity Health's Chandler Regional Medical Center. Good to see you. What causes disc damage?
There's a lot of things that can cause disc damage, but mainly it's just a normal process of wear and tear. Everyone has a certain degree of disc damage as they begin to age. Other things that can really exacerbate that include injuries, car accidents, and things like that. But really genetics and the normal process of wear and tear on your body is what causes it.
And so many people want relief, and they go in for surgery. How have the surgeries changed over the years?
There have been a lot of advances over the past 20, 30 years. You hear people used to get hip grafts. Those things really aren't happening anymore. And really you hear nowadays about fusion, which is the kind of the gold standard of therapy that's been over the past 10 or 20 years. And what that is where people are really taking that disc, which is causing that compression in the nerves, and fusing across there with plates and screws.
And now what are they doing?
Well, nowadays, this is a Secure C device. This is just FDA approved about a year ago. But this is called a disc arthroplasty, or as you referred to it, a cervical disc replacement. And what we're doing here is the same process of decompressing those nerves, but instead of putting a plate and screws across where you're losing the ability to move, this device actually allows you to maintain your normal range of motion, including that bending forward and bending back and turning side to side, all those things that are very important.
So who's a good candidate?
Now, this is our patient, Tracy Foreman, who was our first patient in Arizona to receive this device. And you can see here, this is the actual device that was placed in her. But she's a perfect candidate for this because she's a young, healthy individual who had really 3 levels of disc disease. And you can see here, her most severe one is here in the middle. And when you see the cord being compressed and the spinal cord being, the color of it changing, then we know we really have some serious neurologic injury beginning to occur. She had things such as pain, such as weakness, all of those things, including numbness and tingling. You can see it heading down your arms. Those are the first indications that your nerves are being compromised by that disc, which is degenerated.
Dr. Chang's patient, Tracy Foreman, was the first person in Arizona to receive the Secure C device. What were you suffering from a year ago?
I actually had 3 herniated discs. The middle one, which was the worst, which was actually pressing against my spine and pinching my nerve. It was so bad that I had pain from my neck all the way down my arm through my fingertips. That was the disc that Dr. Chang replaced, and following the surgery within a day, once I got off of all the anesthesia, I was pain-free. It was amazing.
I mean, you went from being pretty much incapacitated. You really weren't doing a whole lot. This was the last straw for you. You were ready for some relief.
I was. With my work, I'm now able to travel to the East Coast almost every week. It allows me to move around freely, so much so that my husband and I are ambitious enough to be adding to our family by adopting some more children.
Wow, because you can now run after them.
I can.
Would you recommend this?
Absolutely. In fact, I've already recommended it to some of my friends. I personally would have the surgery again, knowing how well it relieved my pain so quickly.
If you are interested in the Secure C, here's how you can get additional information. Contact Chandler Regional Medical Center for more information. The number is right there on your screen, 480-728-5414. That's 480-728-5414. They're also online, chandlerregional.org.